Hello folks, Merry Christmas. And while I had some time to kill today, and I don't really have anything else to film, I thought I would show you guys the truck that I bought over a month ago. I've been driving it for about 2 weeks, and it has been very good so far. A couple of issues, but I'm just going to give you a little walk around, help it start up, maybe drive it for a minute, show you around. This isn't the only cue day I have today. I also have him, but we'll focus on the truck. This is a 1989 Dodge Dakota S trim, so the lowest model that they sold. Has the 2.5 liter OHC 4-cylinder engine with a 5-speed manual transmission. The dent on the hood and that splotch is damage from a deer hit from the first owner. And on the other fender is a small dent that I put there when I hit a mailbox when we had a snowfall maybe a week ago. That was the first time I drove this in the snow, and that was the first turn I took on an unplowed road, and it didn't go so well, but I learned my lesson. And when I stopped using the brakes, she runs beautifully in snow, so can't complain about that. Wheels are probably original. Tires probably not, but they're pretty old. I'll need some new tires eventually. Cap came with the truck, aftermarket cap. The original owner lived in Pennsylvania. That's where the truck came from, and you can see he bought the cap for this too. As you notice, the running/parking lights are on in the front, and the tail lights should be on too. As of this morning, they stopped working. I drove through some heavy rain last night, so maybe it caused some kind of fault, but I'll have to look at that, because otherwise I can't drive this at night now if those aren't working. The license plate lights right there are not on either. They should be. Take a look in the bed real quick. A little wet because I don't think the cap's waterproof. It did dry out a bit. Drop-in bed liner that was put in, I don't know by who, but it is pretty nice. Kind of smells bad, but hey, we did clean out of it, and it used to smell much worse. This is indeed a camper shell. I'll probably use it for that purpose at some point. Open the windows here, get some fresh air. You can also open that window. Doesn't do much because the cab does not have a sliding window. Dodge did offer one on this truck, but this one did offer one on this model, but this one does not have it. Another thing you'll notice that is aftermarket would be these plates above the rear wheel. I'll give you a little peek underneath, but you can tell that they were probably there to cover up some rust. I don't know if you can see that, but if you put your hand under there, the rust goes up pretty far. So I'm sure it definitely looks better with those plates on than without at this point. This one, ironically, this plate has rusted much more than the body itself and the frame. The frame's actually in quite good condition. Take you in the cab real quick. Don't mind this is for my dog. So that's the headlight switch. You got none, running lights, headlights. Dash lights are controlled by turning the knob, and if you turn it all the way to the left, then the cab light will turn on. The cablet's on by default because I have the door open. We have here a 12 volt, which I need to get rid of that. A heater only for outside air blower if you turn it all the way to the left. This does not have AC. A original radio, which sometimes doesn't work. But if you like push it, it starts to work. So I'm thinking that it's actually a wiring issue and not not the radio itself. Because of that, I have that speaker, so don't mind that. Cup holder. No power locks or windows. Vinyl seating. And now the real main reason I bought this truck. You got the 5-speed manual, so I'm pushing the clutch. You got first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. There you go. Turn on ignition real quick. You got one stick right here, and if you push it in, you got wiper fluid, and if you just turn it this way, you got wipers. This truck does not have intermittent wipers. It only has 2 speeds, which is, as you can see, it struggles a bit. And then you push down for left signal, push up for right signal. You see it's a bit slow. That's just part of the character. And then the hazards are over here. You pull out in this little knob. Fun fact, when you have the running lights or the headlights on, the directional arrow and the forward-facing signal alternate as shown, but when you have no lights on, they will flash together. And that was something interesting that we saw when we first got this truck. Show you in the engine bay real quick. In terms of simplicity is a real plus why all my friends and so like this car, because one of my buddies calls it literally a tractor engine. Let's put okay. There's your 4-cylinder engine with a massive gap because it's so small. Air filter is an aftermarket speaker. Battery is new. Etc. Sorry I cut the video there, but my battery ran out, so I have to replace it. I'm just gonna start up the engine now, and I'll show you the engine when it's running. So we're in neutral. I don't think our parking brake's on. Nope. Oh yeah, there's a parking brake down there. You got your 2 pedals, you got your clutch brake pedal, and then you got your gas pedal. Clutch and brake pedal look the same, so they also feel the same. Gotta make sure you're pressing the right one. Okay. Also, before I go outside, you'll hear a lot of the engine sounds coming from the middle of the truck. There is a hole. I believe there is a whole gap. It's something in the muffler that, but I haven't confirmed that yet. don't really have a good way to show you this, so I'm just going to try to maybe improvise a bit. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's try this. In terms of driving, shifting, anything that really involves the essential parts that make the car go and feel, it's in great condition. Nothing, I mean, reverse sometimes has a little bit trouble shifting it, but that's only if you've like just started the engine. And I don't know, because if you put in neutral and I kind of start rolling down my driveway and then I shift into reverse, it never really has any issues. Doing this hill climb. This is a pretty steep hill, maybe 10 to 15% grade, and I'm doing it all in second gear, partially because, I mean, second gear is a pretty good range. You can start this car in second gear. I think you can even start this car in third gear, and it will go. But second gear, I mean, I rarely use first gear when just driving on this car, because I can just, and besides when I'm stopping, it won't let me go into first gear unless we're going like really slow or stop. It's just the natural way of the gearbox that won't let me shift it into first. So usually I shift into second while stopping, and then I just start in second too if I need to start right away. The only time I'll use first is if it's like snowy or uphill, or I got to start up quicker because it takes a few more seconds to start up in second gear. Right now I'm in third gear. I'm going to stop this here because we're hitting the main road here, but I hope you enjoyed this. I might release some more content later on this car. Maybe I'll show some pictures once I get the cap off and everything else, but for now, y'all have a great Christmas. I hope you all had a great Christmas. Peace out.